that we're going to start off on. I know it's early, so we're going to just get to work. So we have our pancake wreath frame. We have our sign, which I'm actually going to prep first so that it is ready for us when we are ready. So all I'm going to do is I'm actually, when I offer kits, I actually offer the zip tie mounts to go in the back. And I actually prefer to use the wire. It's just my preference. So I'm going to add little spots here that you're not even going to see. We're going to conceal them. They're going to be right on the edge. So I'm just going to poke a little hole and poke a little hole, just as small as can be. Okay, and then I'm going to add that in nice and little. Pull it in. And I'm just going to push that kind of down nice and flat. Okay. Hey, Bonnie. How are you, darling? I'm going to put one side and then, of course, the other kind of equal to, not that it really matters, just a little tiny. Bonnie, how are you, darling? Just me and you, darling. Me and you hanging out. What's new? I think it's just me and you. I can't see anybody else, so I'm assuming it's just me and you. I'm going to push that flat. And then tighten that really tight. Good, that's good. Healthy, good. Let me see if this works. Hey, hold on, I just got away from that. I have some pancake goals this weekend. I do too, darling. I do too. I totally do. All right. Love, love, love this sign. It's metal. It's lightweight. It's perfect. I'm going to just set this aside for a second. Perfect. And then, so it's prepped and ready to go. I like using the wire, number one, because wire is so much easier to fit through all those layers of mesh when we have it all done. So love that. When it's possible. So our pancake frame, somebody asked earlier, I believe in this group, someone has been making wreaths for years and didn't know what a pancake wreath or a pancake frame was. So I figured there's no time better than right now to come and you can call me Ann. Okay. Thank you very much. Glued as for stranger. Okay, I'm not a stranger. That is for sure. Ann. All right, I'm going to try to remember that. I'm getting a new, Bonnie says she's getting a new AC unit. Oh, that's got to feel so good. I know it can be pricey and, a little strained sometimes, but that feels so good. Okay, our frame is based on a pancake wreath design that I created several years back. And after years and years of its, the design sweeping the nation and the industry and the wreath community, Damon from Deco Exchange and myself teamed up and created a frame to go with my exact recipe, which is so cool because I did teach a lot of classes, and I'm getting back into teaching a lot of in-person classes. And so putting the pipe cleaners on the frame and the metal frames, which I did for years, a little nerve-wracking when, you've never made a wreath before ever. So the frame itself, very structured, perfectly calculated. I'm not perfect, but I am calculated. So it helps a lot. All I'm doing is adding in the pipe cleaner right where the hole and notch combination is. So I'm adding the pipe cleaner in where the hole is. And then I am crisscrossing right where the notch is. Okay, so I'm doing that all along the whole way, and by doing that, it's separating a little bit. It's putting some space in between this tie and that tie, so we have an extra space here, which will help with our layers. So that is the important part for that. And then we're going to just keep going all the way around. So the wood frame, nice and sturdy, right? Wood. I don't have to measure. I don't have to count. I just know exactly where things have to go. Y'all, I had to get started early today because I am coaching tonight in the coaching group. And I like to come down early and get my stuff ready in case, you know, kids, life, anything happens. And so I'm ready for coaching when it's time. So I do that nice and early. How are y'all with the pink? How are y'all with the pink? Pink. I can't see. I can't see comments. I can't see anything. So I don't know. I don't even know if anybody's watching. I have no idea. What was I going to say? Pink. How are you? Well, I guess I can't see. How are y'all with pink? I was seeing comments and now it's in, it's out. I think maybe I have to comment here. No, I just have to touch it. I don't know. There we go. Oh, there we go. Clarendon says you can come in. I saw that one already. What are you making tonight? Actually, Anne, see, I remembered that time. Actually, I'm considering making a pumpkin. It's in a pumpkin, a centerpiece. I have two. And so I think I might make those. I'm going to pick everything out right after that, right after this. I feel like you already tried connecting your camera to the group. Well, I would have. There's Damon. I would have, but my computer is upstairs. So, all right. I'm just going to zoom right up the center here. If you haven't ever watched me before, again, I am your host here in this pancake group. So in my specialty is the pancake wreath and working on things with the pancake frame. And I like to be super detailed. So I try to explain to y'all, not that you are 9-year-old little girls, but like I teach Addison and we do wreaths and craft and stuff, I try to tell y'all how I'm demonstrating just like as if you were my child sitting next to me so that you can really understand. And I like to do that also in the coaching group. Again, not that I'm trying to teach you, treat you like a 9-year-old child, but sometimes all those little details do help. So, I try to do my best. All right, so I love how this mesh matches our sign. I'm going right up the center, nice and tight. I have a nice squeezed little tiny spot here. I'm going to go, I know that it might look like I'm kind of going in from the side, but once I get down in there, I'm actually going right on top. The only reason why it looks like I'm going in from the side is because I'm trying to not get all the rest of the pipe cleaners kind of mixed up in my mesh, okay? So I'm going right down on top. Right down on top. Crisscross, nice and tight, twist, twist. So I had a question last night on my live over on Sincerely Creative Mom, and someone asked why I put him in like the curve down. Very good question. I didn't mean to single her out. I think I went a little overboard on the answer, but I'm going to try to make this as low profile as possible. Thank you, Leela. I'm going to try to make this as low profile as possible. And if I put it upside down, that curved side, maybe not right now because this is probably the first piece off the roll. But, as you get into the roll a little bit further, it really curls up. So I don't want it to curl up. I want it to curl down. And then maybe this mesh is not as bad, but sometimes not good, bad, depends on how you look at it. The mesh will kind of catch on the mesh underneath it, which helps keep it in place, okay? It helps keep it in place. So that's a good thing. We want that in this particular design, all right? So I'm going to overlap there. I'm going to take this end and overlap this. Okay, and then I'm going to keep going, and we're going to work on the outside first and then the inside. Has anybody here not watched me make a pancake wreath before? Anybody here watching that has never watched me make a pancake wreath before? For some reason I couldn't tag everyone in this video from my iPad. I don't know why, but I couldn't. Okay, nice and tight, crisscross, twist, twist. Overlap here, kind of in nice and tight, just like that. Now, I'm going to make a point to say that these two pieces here, number one, kind of touch each other, but usually barely. Number two, you can still very much see the frame, okay? Don't panic. I got you. Don't panic. All right, right up the center. You guys want to see a sneak peek of what I'm thinking about for tonight? I saw these things at the at-home store, which, if you have an at-home store by you, oh, don't go. Don't go. Oh my gosh. Addison and I walked in and we were like, love so many things. I still haven't gotten over to Michael's. Yes, Anne. Okay. Anne, you must be in the coaching group. Yes? You must be in the coaching group. See, look. That's what I try to avoid. It gets stuck in there. All right, let me get these last couple pieces, and I'm going to grab the piece that I'm really almost 100% sure I'm going to create with. The last week, I worked on that glam, like pumpkins. Oh, awesome, Anne. Awesome, awesome. Anne, are you joining us for the workshop also? Which is next week. Trying to get everything in before I'm going in early this time. I never go in on Monday. It's stressing me out. Oh, it's going to be good though. It's going to be totally good. It's going to be good because we're going to make it good. All right, one more piece and I'm going to show you. Also, you want to really make sure that this is nice and tight, okay? Make sure it's nice and tight. Push it down in there nice and tight. That way, when you are spreading things apart and kind of moving things, it has a nice kind of expansion here, right? It takes up a lot of real estate. And I just realized I didn't bring down my water. Okay. Got Aaron set up with all the things for next week. He's doing a couple appointments by himself with Addison, which not my favorite thing, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, nice down. Again, you can still see the frame. Don't panic. Okay? I got good news. My air conditioner is supposed to be installed in my classroom. My landlord is so nice. He's so nice. He's so great. He's been so patient with me, and I've been patient with him. Okay, so first layer, you can still see the frame. It's okay. Don't worry. All right, let me just grab this pumpkin. I want to show you. It's so stinking cute. Oops. Hold on. It came in 2 sizes. Of course, I bought both sizes because you never know. Look at how stinking cute. It's big. So it comes in the bigger size and the little size. This was from, again, it's from the at-home store. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be working on these in the coaching group tonight. So if you're in there, that's what we got to look forward to. Okay, now I chose ribbons that are lovely. And first, I'll also say, if you haven't noticed yet, if you don't know, if you weren't sure, I'm 100% a pink person. I'm on board with anything pink. I'm on board with pink coming into St. Patrick's Day. I'm on board with pink. So, if you're not, just know that pink is pushing its way into a lot of things. So just expect it. And I'll also say, I wouldn't be a good coach if I didn't say, and I learned this from Damon, actually, even if you don't like it, even if you don't decorate for that holiday, even if you don't like gnomes, like I don't like gnomes, your customers might, okay? So just know that it's not all about you. And what's trending is trending for a reason. Like those red trucks trending, I don't know, trending for a long time. So just keep that in mind when you are creating, okay? So I took the pink, this like nice viney, glittery love, and I took a Halloween print. It's got the pink, it's got the black, it's got the orange, really super cute, and I paired those together. I made this one the cute one, I made this one my supporter. I'm gonna always put my cute on the top. So the mesh, 20 inches long, okay? Mesh 20 inches long. Ribbons, this is a test. How long are the ribbons? Hey Maria! I'm moving my oldest into a new apartment on that Saturday though. So I have to, wow. And that's a big step. That's a big step. How long are the ribbons? Anybody know? I'm going to scrunch up the center, push them out, facing out towards me. In they go, nice and tight. Again, we're Nancy knows, very good. 14 inches, very good, Kathy. 14 inches. So Stephanie, I actually used to do them 13. Actually, I started off with 12 inch. Does anybody remember those? And hi Deborah, and I worked up a little bit to the 13, and then as soon as I realized, I think it was actually Coach Jordan, I think he uses 14 inch, I don't remember. Somebody used 14 inch or somebody used longer, and as long as I can, because you know I'm very calculated, so as long as I can get 2 sets of ribbon tails out of 1 roll of ribbon, I thought it was totally good. So when I realized I can go up to 14 inches and those can kind of just come off there just a little bit, I 100% moved us to 14 inches because it also makes your wreath look a little bit bigger. Not look, it is a little bit bigger. So I went to 14 inches for a reason. I love it that way. You know, it looks very nice, hangs off a little bit. The 12 inch didn't quite meet the end. And the 13 inch was good, but when I realized I can go to 14 inch and still get 2 sets of ribbon tails per roll, you know me, I gotta budget. So I definitely went to 14 inches. So on this style, hey Shar, tomorrow I'm going over to the classroom to get your box, and we're gonna mail your second day Halloween box with the kit you just purchased, just in case you didn't know that, or just in case you were wondering. I haven't been over to the classroom because it's been warm. Bigger is always better. Well, maybe sometimes. Hey, Brandy Zimmerman. So 2 wreaths per roll. Yes. So if I was using this as my tail, this is a 2.5 inch. This is a 1.5 inch. But if I was using this brand new roll, I could get 2 full wreaths. I could get 2 sets out of this one roll at 14 inches. Y'all, I'm telling you, listen, stick with me, kid. We're going to be budget friendly. But also, you know, I didn't skimp. Like, I certainly didn't skimp. And I try real hard not to compromise the overall look of the design for the cost. I used to, like way back in the very beginning. You know, I'm going to pick up my wire cutters for the first time and just cut off the excess around the outside here, just because I don't need it. Technically, you could use it, you could leave it in there, but it's just extra. I just get rid of it. Okay, and then tell you all the details. And then, so I still have my 6 on the inside. We haven't touched those yet. Okay, we're gonna come back to those in a second. I'm gonna push that down and then push it straight down to kind of compact it. Okay, so it kind of keeps everything together. So when you're twisting, you put your pipe cleaner in, you twist it. You put the mesh in, you twist it. You put the ribbon in, you twist it. So it doesn't get loosey-goosey really, because I am trying to make them really tight, but I still want to push them back down and get really compact. I just got the vine ribbon in several colors. Love it. Anne says, Damon has reprogrammed my brain into thinking multiples as much as possible. Yes! Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. So even though the second half of this ribbon might be sitting on the shelf, if I had two signs, right? And, hold on. And, where's the rest of my mesh? Did it disappear? Oh, no. Where did the rest of my mesh go? Okay, well, anyways, this is what's left over after you make your mesh for the camera. Nope. What is this? The wreath. Hi, if you've never met me before, sometimes when I get really excited or tired, I forget my words. So bear with me. Anyway, after I cut, the mesh is 20 inches. After I cut 12 pieces, this is what's left over. So technically, I have 6 pieces of 20 inches left that I can use for another frame. So out of a roll of mesh for a pancake frame, I get 1.5 rolls. Now, stay with me for just 1 second. This, what's left on the roll, is obviously tightly wound. So if I have 2 rolls of this mesh, actually 2 rolls will get you 3 bases, just letting you know, okay? Because if one roll gets me 1.5, 2 rolls will get me 3, okay? So, but, bear with me, I'm sorry. Let me tell you all the things. I'm so excited to be in this group live for the first time. I can't even stand it. We have our own little group all about pancakes, and I can't even take it. It's so cool. So if I was going to use this, okay, let's say these two are the same, okay? Let's say these are the 2 of the same mesh. Now, what I would do if I was making multiples, and just pointing this out, okay, what I would do if I was making multiples, hey Verna, from last night, long time no see. If I set out to make multiples with this mesh, let's say they were the same, let's pretend, I would be okay with this being being 6 pieces, because this is more tightly wound and I can put them on the inside, okay? So that's going to be the top, right? But what goes on the outside, you do want it to be a little more expandable. So I play a little, shuffle here. So if these were the same rolls, let's say I had 2 of the same brand new rolls, I would use one, cut off 12 pieces of 20, and then I would use one, okay? Then I'm going to use this leftover, are you still with me? For my next frame, but on the inside. And then I'm going to take this and use the first 6 pieces that come off. So this would be those first 6 pieces would be the outside layer. Okay, and then this would be the inside layer. You follow me? So then what I have left is 12 more pieces of 6. There are 12 more pieces of 20 inches a piece, and then what I take off the next 6 would be on the outside, because those will be a little bit more expandable. That's the best way I can explain it. Maybe one day I'll make 3 bases in here, 3 bases with 2 rolls, so that I can explain myself a little bit more. I don't know if that would help, but I always try to make sure the look is the best. So the look being more expandable on the outside is the best. Would this work? Sure, but it's gonna be a little more tightly kind of wound. The overlap will definitely help it, and so you'll still get the same look. It'll just be easier if you do that method. Probably just helps confuse you 20 more thousand times, but it's fine. Yeah? Okay. All right, I'm gonna push this in, push it down, lift it up, 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 and side to side, lift it up, up, and side to side. Verna's up and doing the laundry thing so we can pack and be ready for tomorrow, but I thought I'd take a break. Yes, of course. Verna is going to celebrate her 42nd, 48th, 45th, one of those wedding anniversary. She's going on vacation. Congratulations again. How many years was it? It was 40 something. I'm close. Hi Marilyn, good morning. Up and down, side to side, up and down, side to side. Make sure you all are spreading these apart. This kind of looks like purple, fuchsia. 48. 48 years. So fantastic. Okay, awesome here. And then push it down. There we go. Okay, so I try to not have competing, even though these are both really pretty ribbons. I try to not have them competing. So this would be like a, what I call a supporter and then a cutesy. So a supporter and a cutesy is what I try to always do. Okay. All right, we're gonna go in now. So these were taken off the. I don't know what happened to that roll. It just disappeared because I didn't get up. I'm gonna go on top of this just exactly. I'm not going to move anything else out of the way. I'm not going to shift anything. It's just going to go right on top. I'm going to ruffle right up the center, just like I always do. Ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. Right on top. So, I'm sure Damon's not still here. Damon probably thinks I'm nuts. 2 weeks ago, so my kids started a soccer camp. It's 5 weeks long. They missed the first week because we were at Halloween, and their choice, 100% their choice. They helped us make the bracelets and stuff, and so they wanted to be a part of it. And so the meet and greet was on Thursday night, and so they opted, their complete choice, to miss their first soccer day of soccer camp. Remember, it was only 5 weeks long, to come to the event. So, okay, fine. I wasn't going to argue with them. It was something special for me, and it was not going to happen again, for who knows how long. So I wanted them to be able to come. So then the next week when Aaron signed them up for this thing, I said, well, it's Thursdays. It's Thursday night. I work Thursday night. Like, I got a whole system on Thursdays. When Grayson's baseball team was playing on Thursday nights and he was in the playoffs, I was like, we worked it out, and I went live earlier and stuff. And anyways, so I was like, it's just a summer camp. They'll be good without me. Thank you, Shar. They had so much fun at the meet and greet. So I said, I'm not going to go. You guys can go. You'll be home late. By the time you guys get home, I'll be done with coaching. And so I'll, do bedtime and stuff. And so the second week, it was going to be their second week, but their first time going. Okay, so this is week 2 of 5. Grayson was so upset that I wasn't going, because I always go, unless I'm out of town. And so I was like, buddy, I can't, I got to work. I'll work it out so that, the next time, next week, the next 3 weeks, I'll go. Well, then I can't remember what happened last week. And then here we are again this week. It's just like crazy. So I haven't changed anything. And last week, though, the week 2, I actually went outside to make sure I gave him another hug, because it was a little crazy, like, have fun, blah, blah, blah. And I shouldn't have done that, because that's when he got upset. So last week, I didn't do that. And so this week, I'm not going again, because of course I didn't remember and schedule ahead of time and blah, 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 blah. And so they're going to be fine. I know I thought about it all day long, but they're going to be fine. Thank you. Yeah, they are growing so fast. So Addison came to us when she was 4.5. They started she came to us as a foster child at 4.5. And so now she's been with us for longer than she hasn't. Grayson, that has, surpassed. Obviously, he was really young, but. Okay, I got a bigger problem. Now, I don't have enough mesh cut, because I don't know why I didn't cut all the mesh. And, here, no, I guess I do. Here it is. I was going to say, I need another piece, and I don't know what the roll is, but I found it. Okay. Anyways, me blabbering. It's fine. Talking to myself. Nice and tight. right on top. So I did the sparkly mesh, which you can see pieces of it peeking out here and there, and the sparkly ribbon. So, in your opinion, I don't know if you can see the ribbon or not, in your opinion, should I do sparkly ribbon on the bow or no? What is your take on that? Is that kind of plastic mesh? It's a foil. It's a foil. I just hung out my friendship bracelet on my bulletin board. Aw, Brandy, what was your word? What was your word, darling? Sparkle. Yes, Stephanie, that's what I'm going to go for. Sparkle. Maybe not all of it, but sparkle. Oh, BF. Aw. That was definitely Addison's word. So we were picking out words and she was picking out words. She came up with some good ones. She did come up with some good ones. Okay, love so far. We're good? Brandy, what's on the schedule for you, darling? I can't believe I didn't bring any water down. Okay, same thing. 14 inches on the ribbon, 20 inches on the mesh. I put my supporter on the bottom, cutesy on the top, right? I'm going in doing the same thing except one just minor difference. I'm going to put it in there just like I normally would. Crisscross, twist, 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 about 7 or 8 times. I just want this to be long enough so that when I cut it off, it's not going to come apart. Working from home today, nice. Okay, I'm going to spread it apart up and down, spread it apart side to side, spread it apart up and down, spread it apart side to side. Okay, and then instead of pushing it straight down to kind of compact it, I'm going to push it down and in so that this kind of, you know, pulls apart away from each other just a little bit and kind of accentuates that second layer. Okay, we really want to show it off. For my shop, I'm starting to load inventory on my new website. Awesome, Brandy. Very good, dear. You can tell I haven't eaten lunch yet. I'm a little shaky. I'm new to your group and watching since yesterday. Well, very new. Hi, Jennifer. Black velvet would be a pretty... Ooh, you are right. That would be very pretty. I did go with sparkle, 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 and then a little bit of something different, just to kind of keep the trend. But black velvet would definitely be very pretty. Very luxurious. Okay, so let's do what we do, put them all in, and then adjust. So I say this all the time, I'm going to keep saying it so you keep remembering. When you're making a whole lot in a day, like Ann said, she said Damon has her stuck on multiples, 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 right? When you're making several in a day, you got to find ways to eliminate some time. You got to find ways to streamline things a little bit, make it go the quickest, make it go the easiest, so that you're not doing things twice and all that stuff. So I know it might not seem like it's a lot of time, but if every time I put those in, every time I pick one up, cut it off and put it aside, every time, that does add up, okay? So I just try to do small things that would help streamline the whole process. And even if you're making one in a day, you know, time is money. And that took a long time for me to understand and for me to really believe in. Time is money. I was like, oh, well, my time is free. Well, no, it's not. It's really not. Hi, Peggy. Okay, so then I get to pick it up once, go around the whole thing, cut off my excess. Also, this isn't my favorite wire cutter. I don't know where it ended up after the event. This happened after the first event I hosted. I gotta get another pair of those because I love them. All right, I'm pushing, oops, let's go over here. I did that one already. I'm gonna push this one down and kind of in and spread those apart. Now, what I could do, you could say, well, Melissa, why don't you just do these 14 inches and then these 12 or 13? You could, but to teach that online just seems, to be I don't want to confuse. To do that if I was doing classes, maybe I would. I'd have to see if that would help me as far as cost, like teaching in-person classes. What I know it would definitely do is for in-person classes, it would help when I'm talking about, where to put your pipe cleaner and where to tighten your pipe cleaner. I know that would help because that might be something that people miss or, are like, oh, that's not a big deal. Okay. So far, so good, yeah? Nice layers there. Trying to get everything done on my checklist before I head off to New Orleans for the workshop. Super excited about that. All right. Okay, beautiful. Nice layers there. Nice and pretty. In the end, we'll fix it so that they all are kind of touching each other, but the layers look good. The center is empty. That's where our sign is going to go. But perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay? All right. Then we have our sign, which I did at the very beginning. So I poked little holes in the sign so I can put the wire. The pancake, Jennifer, you can go to thepancakeframe.com. thepancakeframe.com. That will get you directly to the frames, which they are back in stock, by the way. So totally love that. 100% love. The round takes up all of the room. So technically, I don't even need a bow. Like, don't need a bow. This covers everything and it looks great. However, a wise man once said, Damon from Deco Exchange, a wise man once said, bows sell wreaths. So even though it doesn't need one, the only reason why I wouldn't add one, which I don't do customs, but if somebody said, hey, I only need it to be 2 inches or 3 inches, which this is, by the way, let me just show you. Let me just show you. I'll get Parker's book here to measure us. So this is exactly, well, you can't see that. Let me put it over here. This is exactly 2 3/4 inches. No, well, yeah, between 2 1/2 and 2 3/4 inches. That's exactly this. Okay, so without a bow, if someone says, hey, I have a storm door and I don't have a lot of room, whether you are selling it online or teaching it in class, okay, your option is to eliminate the bow. Okay, if they are set on putting their side, by the way, our sweet Parker from Deco Exchange, also an author. You can find this on Amazon. I haven't read it yet. I plan to do so. But I know it's going to be good because he's an awesome speaker, awesome in everything. So anyway, if I don't have to do it, or if somebody is requesting specifically not to do it, then I don't have to put that on there. Okay, so I am going to put it right in the middle, and then our bow. So our sign here. Not that I want to cover up our sign, but our sign here has a little spot here that my bow can cover if need be, okay? So I'm going to put my bow right through here. The center of my bow is going to be right through here, so it's going to be about that big. So it'll be kind of off in the corner, perfect. I don't want to cover up the big pumpkins, or of course the scarecrow, the trick-or-treat. I don't want to cover up that, but this got a little spot here where I can add a bow. Okay, so I'm going to add our wires, which again, so much easier than pipe cleaners when I'm adding in the wires. I'm going to add in our wires. Let me just make sure that I don't have any of my fingerprints on here before I add that in. Okay, alrighty. And then I'm going to just slide that through. It goes by so much quicker when I'm adding it in with the wire. You hear me sometimes, I'm complaining because the pipe cleaner, you know, the pipe cleaner has those split ends where the edge of the pipe cleaner has, you know, it's two pieces of wire wound together. And so, you know, it gets caught on all those little fibers going back and forth, and those, I'll tighten that in a second. Coming back over here, making sure I'm getting it in. Nice and snuggled, not like sunken in, super sucked in tight, but snuggled in. Are y'all enjoying this, learning anything? Happy to be in here in our little exclusive area. If you have any questions, happy to help you, direct you. So I can answer it, find an answer for you, direct you to the answer. So all I'm doing here is, and because it's flat, I can twist that over, but all I'm doing here is I brought one wire in over here, I brought one wire in over here. I'm just twisting to make sure it is, hey Vanessa, and then I'm just going to twist it around. Well, we're going to make a bow in just a second, so we're going to go nice and slow. Okay. Hey, Kathy. I will also be live in the group tonight. We're going to work on these little pumpkins. That's a big pumpkin. We're going to work on that pumpkin. Learning every time. Not sucking in the signs, big issue for me. Yeah, you don't want to suck it in too far. Okay, so here's the thing. First of all, this is perfect. It's nice and snug in there. It doesn't look like it's shifting. It's not shifting. Here's the thing. That mesh is going to take shape through the year of what you just did. Okay? It's going to take shape. So if I start off super duper tight and sucked in, next year when my customer's like, it's going to fall off. Like, it's loose. Well, it's not loose. The mesh underneath just became flat, and it just needs to be tightened, okay? So if that happens, which I think it's happened to me once, if that happens, I say, just untwist the wires of the pipe cleaners in the back that look like they're, you know, it's holding it on, and tighten it. Boom, done. One time I can remember for sure. But if it's already sucked in super duper tight, then there isn't gonna, then it's super duper tight. Then if it gets, you know, wiggly through the year, and then what do you do, right? All right. I'm still not going to touch the wire or these, whatever those are. I'm still not going to touch those until the end because, you know, see, they're all kind of, you know, gapping here, but I'm not going to touch them until we have everything in place. I'm going to grab our ribbon for our bow. Oopsie. And we're going to get to work. So I did go with the glitter. Let's see if I can get this over here all the way. Yeah, I can. So I did go with the glitter. Do love it. And I don't need a big bow. I don't need a big bow. So let's not make a big bow. Let's do one tail and one loop of each. Let's do one tail and one loop of each. And let's start at like 5.5 inches. And again, if I put it right here, that's going to be perfect. Okay, so 5.5 inches. I can cut the tail once I have it on, you know, to the size I need it to or want it to. 5.5 inches I think is going to be good. So I'm just going to do a tail, which is start at 7 inches. Pull that apart. pull it apart so that when I'm fluffing the bow, I have an easier time doing that, and it's easier for me to twist. Okay. Perfect, just like that. If you plan 2 wreaths from 1 ribbon roll, and no. So no, and no is a good answer for that. So when I'm creating, I really try 90, I'm going to say 95% of the time. What goes in as ribbon tails is not in my bow. Okay? What goes in as ribbon tails, now you're going to see in this situation, I took, instead of it being a 2.5 inch, I do have the same print and a 1.5 inch going, but as far as it being the exact same, 95% I try real hard to no go. Okay? I try real hard to no go. I just really want that bow to stand out. I want it to be something completely different. I want it to be something that is, you know, I want it to be something that is showcased, and if it's the same, it's easy to get lost. Like if I put this ribbon first, you wouldn't even know that was part of the bow. You wouldn't even know, right? Okay. How am I gonna do this? Let's do it this way. Okay. I'm gonna keep going just the way I'm doing it, but I'm gonna flip those tails. I'm gonna flip those tails to opposite sides, and then we'll pull them all together. So with the black and white, just, you know, to have a black and white, and it's glittered, and it's a stripe, so it's a little different. Ooh, I could have done this though. Oh no, that's a 2.5 inch. Oh, I could have done that. Nah, could not have. Okay, but I did. Here's my 5%. Not, again, not the exact same, but similar. Okay. Pinch, twist, pull it apart. And then, just to have something be a little bit different, I grabbed this nice bright orange to pull in that bright orange. It's actually even bright orange and yellow up there. But I grabbed this to just brighten it up a little bit. Really pretty. Okay, and then let's grab a little tiny zip tie and my pipe cleaner. So we're going to figure out together how this little funky bow, half bow, whatever you want to call it, bow, 1 loop, 2 tail bow, how it looks in this design. Again, usually I do a Lisa bow where it's 3 loops and 2 tails each. However, I don't need it that big with this round circle sign. What am I looking at? What was I? Oh, here. Why am I looking at this? Just gonna fold that in and fold it in so it kind of has a, so it doesn't ravel or. So this has been fun. I have no idea who is watching, how many people are watching, if anyone is watching, and most of the time I'm not seeing your comments at all. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this. For those of you who are here listening, watching the replay, let me know. I am preparing to leave for the workshop, which, really cool, we're using part of the pancake frame. How am I going to do this? I got us this far, Melissa. Now let's bring it on. Okay, let's do this. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's do it just like this. Ha! We made our own little, we made it. Ooh, I love that black and white in there. Love that. Okay, now I'm going to put it right down in here. Right here. Remember I had that nice little spot that I was okay with kind of covering if I had to. I'm going to put it right down in here. And then once it's in, we will fluff it and then play with all the ribbons and put those in this spot. I like that little bow. That worked out real nice. I just know I didn't need a whole bunch. In fall 22, had a mini stroke in January 2023. It had a Verna. Had 9 bypasses on the 13th sent home on the 20th. Holy guacamole. Hey, Kathleen Jack. Thank you, Karen. Wow, Verna, you have been through a lot, girl. Well, I'm happy to have you. Hey, now I'm even more excited for you to be celebrating your 48th wedding anniversary. Wow, you've been through a lot. You are strong, girl. Okay, I'm just twisting that back there. Again, I'm twisting it on the edge so that when I put it in here, I can kind of... Yes, you're right, Anne. See? Super, super cute. Okay, let me just make sure. Oh, yeah, this is adorable. This is darling. Super cute. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Cute. Super cute. I do wish maybe I would have used the orange instead of the pink, because it does blend in, but I have the 2 layers underneath it and then a layer on top to help kind of pull that out. Yeah, the sign is 12 inches, 11.75 inches on the sign. Okay, then the last thing I'm going to do is pull out all of our ribbons. So I'm going to make sure that these touch here. So I'm kind of going to make sure that they're all touching. Now, you've heard me say this before, maybe you didn't, I'm going to say it again. Once it's on your door, your customer's door, these they're not metal, right? They're not going to stay exactly where you put them. But for the picture, right, so that everybody knows what it's supposed to look like, for the picture, I want to make sure they're all coming out right off the edge. You see, if we would have put anything on the inside, you wouldn't see it at all, right? Brainy, does that sign look familiar to you, dear? Halloween. Okay, making sure everything comes off the edge. Nothing, as best as we can. Nothing is hiding. Everything is spread out. Me too. I love it. Perfection. Perfection. Absolutely, totally, and completely love it. Photography with the metal signs is a little tricky. I'm literally like holding the camera in one hand, holding the, the light in the other hand, all the things. This is absolutely lovely. I love this. Nice and flat. Super, super pretty. And that bow turned out perfect. And I had a little bit of the white, obviously the black and the white, but it had a little bit of the white in the ribbons. And so, of course, bringing out a little bit of that black and white. Absolutely perfect. Love. Thank you, Luann. Y'all, I'm going to try to do this on Thursdays if you would want me to. Something with the pancake frame, something with the pancake wreath, something with the pancake ruffle, pancake something with you on Thursdays during the day. And then I have Thursday nights with creative coaching. So I'm going to try to set that in my schedule so that I can spend some time with y'all. And then you will get a little sneaky peeky on what we're gonna do in the coaching group. So again, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be working on this. If not two, hopefully one, if not both of them. So we're gonna be working on that tonight. I'm excited about that. I love those things. Can you do a square sometime soon? So I don't have any square frames, and I'm not saying they're bad, but I really like the round look or the oval look for a wreath. So I'll consider it, so I won't be able to say what's set schedule as far as time, because during the day things kind of always, go all over the place. But I know for sure Thursday nights I'm 8:30 Eastern time, 7:30 Central. I'm in the coaching group for sure. Has there been any discussion on making a pancake wreath in an oval? So there has a little, since we own the patent, it's not out of the question, but it hasn't been developed. I meant a square sign. Oh yes, yeah. Actually, the wreath I made last night over on Sincerely Creative Mom, that was a square sign on a round wreath. It was actually 10-inch square, yeah. So I'm thankful for you guys for hanging out. I'm going to post this one and make sure I get it listed. Don't do as I do as I say when you take the pictures. Even if you have to stand there for 1 more second, 5 more minutes, and get it posted, listed in your shops so that it doesn't just sit around. Well, I love you too, Kathleen. Kathleen, I miss you. Kathleen! We're in this, it's not a secret, right? It's not a secret. When you're in business to make money. And you can't make money if your designs are not listed and for the public to see and for for everybody to see. So make sure you have them listed. And I am going to make sure I do that for sure with this one. So, enjoy, but now less than a year until we see each other again too. I know! I'm so excited. Yeah, so I enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed too. I certainly enjoy hanging out with y'all. Again, it's on the pancake frame, nice and clean in the back, super cute. That's all I get for right now. This particular sign, Verna, actually came from myself. I do sell this sign. Actually, I sell them in, let me think, I have them on here. I sell this in a 5-pack only. So I'm gonna start, I already started, but I'll be making my own signs for my classes and for future kits. They will be my own that we create and have printed. And so it comes in a 5-pack. That's one. And then this is one. This is one. Love that. So cute with all the little leaves. So cute. And then this one, I love the blue coming in here. It's more like a tealy color. And then look how cute this one is, all the balloons. I love that one. I almost used this one for Halloween because we had so many balloons everywhere. So I almost used that one. But anyways, yeah, they come in a 5-pack. They'll only come in a 5-pack, I should say. And so yeah, these ones specifically are Sincerely Creative Mom. Oh, Mary, okay, you got to do your research and know how much it's costing you and all those things and what the market bears for them and how much you can, how much you want to have for profit, how much you can afford to sell them for, all that stuff. The metallic ficus with those signs would be, yes! Yes! I need more of that pink. I need more of the pink ficus. The pink metallic ficus. More for shipping because I'm in Canada. Oh, you're right. You're in Canada. You're in Canada. Our coach Stacy, who is in the coaching group, who does the flowers, she's a Canadian. In fact, I think we're on the same flight for the workshop. Anyways, thank you very much for joining. You can find everything for me learnfrommelissa.com. Learnfrommelissa.com. Again, I'm Melissa from Sincerely Creative Mom. I'm your host here in the Powered by Creative Pancakes group. My focus obviously is pancakes. I love hosting classes, which if you are local, I will be hosting in-person classes heavily in the fall and for Valentine's Day. So that we'll be looking forward to. But you can find everything from me. Let me just type that in. Learnfrommelissa.com. Oh, I didn't even put the .com. Come on, Melissa. Good gravy. ARNFROMMELISSA.com, like as in com. Here we go. There we go. So anything. My phone number, how to get on our email address, any classes that we have, the upcoming creative coaching workshop that I was just talking about, where all of the coaches, myself included, all of the coaches will be there in New Orleans for our workshop. And for those of you, and you'll hear me talk about it because it is part of my life. It's been part of my life since 2020. I enjoy, if you didn't know, I enjoy teaching. And on Thursday nights, I get to really kind of dig down, and whatever design I'm doing or decided on, I get to really give all the details and kind of what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, why I wouldn't do this, why I would do this, and it gives you an open opportunity to be in a private setting where you can ask all sorts of questions. So anyway, our workshops are, very like that for all levels, and we're very structured. You get to see all of the coaches. Derica, she does wreath attachments, which has been very inspiring for so many people. Even Coach Jordan, who has started creating and making his own and selling his own. And even every single time I go to a workshop, every single time I'm like, I'm gonna go home and make attachments, and then I never do. But just the other things kind of, just life. And so Derica, she makes wreath attachments. We have Coach Stacy, who specializes in the flowers and the flower boards. Of course, then we have Jordan, Megan, Tammy, myself, Megan, Jordan, Tammy, myself, Stacy, Derica, Damon. Damon, Jordan, Megan, Tammy, myself do just a variety of everything. So we have two people who specialize, Derica with wreath attachments and Stacy with the flowers. She always has something new that she's showing us, usually something new that she's showing us, that she works on very hard for the workshops, same as Derica. And so it's always nice to see. So if you're interested in checking us out and seeing, we do have all recorded, we have a recorded segment and of course our lives, which will be next week, but the recorded segments were all swags of all sorts of different kinds. Mine, super cool because it's made on a special thing. So awesome to see that come together, and I'm going to use that for those of you who are already in the group, who are already in the workshop, and who have already seen that video. I'm going to use that same base for something just a little bit different for the live. So I'm really excited about that. Again, you can go to learnfrommelissa.com, and right at the top, one of the buttons says, I know it's weird because we're going to be doing fall and Christmas designs, but it says Coaches Camp, or Summer Coaches Camp, or something like that. But that is the workshop that we'll be hosting, or that we are hosting next weekend. So I'd love to have you. If not, that's fine. If you are a Creative Coaching member, don't forget you do get the discount. So make sure you're following the instructions in the Mighty app. that will make sure you get to the right spot to get the discounted ticket. Yeah, that's it. Learnfrommelissa.com will give you everything. I'm happy my first live in here. I know I opened this group a while ago to really showcase the pancake wreath. If you're still listening and you are posting in this group, make sure, because I'm not the only one who helps approve in this group, so make sure you're saying this is on the pancake frame, this is a pancake wreath. Make sure your description says something about pancakes so that our folks that are approving can approve it a little bit quicker and a little bit faster. So just keep that in mind when you're posting. Anything else? Thank you, Julie. I appreciate that. Kathleen, I'll see you tonight. Ann, I'll see you tonight. That's all I got. All right, y'all. Bye.